Good evening, everyone.
Howdy doody do.
We've got Tracy, we've got Pixie, we've got Steve.
Karate.
I don't think Karate's here anymore, but hey ho. Not to worry. How is everyone?
Alright. Nah.
You all right now?
Yeah. Toilet problems.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Not to worry. They're working themselves out. Oh, dear, you don't want to know. Oh, dear. But, yeah. Similar to the problems I were having last week, but in reverse. Even that's too much information, sorry. But hey ho. Yeah. I don't know about Tracy, but there's only 2 of my donuts left.
Hey?
I says I don't know about Tracy's, but there's only 2 of my donuts left. Hi Ian, how are you? Yeah, they've gone like, well, pardon the pun, and they've gone like hotcakes. So I says to Chris this morning, I said, so the white chocolate cookies used to be his favourite, but now I think his favourite's the donuts. So yeah. But so yeah, so I might have to make some more. It says on StreamYard for watching, but it just says on YouTube 1 waiting.
It says 5 watching it. Probably got to refresh it video.
I don't know.
Refresh away.
We had all the Tracy says she's had all white ones. So yeah, there's 2 of mine left. So
not much longer.
And if Callum don't get his mitts on them 2, somebody over there will
I'm watching him.
yeah, he'll you know. But hey ho, not to worry. It's nice when
Edward Thomas.
You know the hey
Carla and Edward.
Oh, hiya Carla, hiya Edward, how are you? So yes, they went down very well. So but yeah, we're going to do the unicorn bars next week. 2 days ago I was at the hospital all day and they didn't want to shave me. I doubt you got much to shave anyway. Hiya Mark, how are you? But yeah, I mean, after recent visits, Steve, without putting too fine a point on it, shouldn't be much left to shave. Oh dear. But anyway, not to worry. I am Jed.
I'm Mark.
I've said Mark.
Oh, I know.
Hi, Kath, if you're watching, Tracy. Hi, Kath, by the way, if you're watching. But, oh, dear. It's... Because I don't know, last week or week before. Anyway, Chris ordered me some more of that plain flour. And I've sort of... Because... all the plain flour's finished and we sort of getting ready to open the second bag. I only noticed today they were like a slogan on the bag, and it said, "Life is what you bake it." I thought that was spot on. Life is what you bake it. Instead of life is what you make it, life is what you bake it. So there you go. Oh, have you got your ear problem sorted out yet, Mark? Because I know you were watching your thing and you been to doctors and so are you got it sorted out yet, or have you you know, are you on antibiotics, etc.? Mr. Leftover, Mark's put.
I've already replied.
Yeah, I only made a dozen donuts last night, Mark, and there's two left. Oh, sorry, two left. Two left. No, can't hear you. Well, I don't know any sign language, so you'll have to guess. Some doughboy got paid 4 cents for coming up with that slogan. Yeah, but yeah, there's only 2 left, I'm afraid. But the thing is, Wakey, Chris put it in like in passage, but in corner, because I was still using my other plain flour. Well, because I used plain flour last night, basically it topped me thing up, and it means I've got to start new bag now. So I've only just noticed the slogan on it. But I think you might have to fight Callum for them 2 that's left, Mark.
Hi-oh.
Oh, Johnny says he had 2. He says had to do 50 million push-ups today. He had 2. Oh dear. Yeah, Callum's fine. But yeah, it were like after the show last night, Chris sort of says, shall we try one of them donuts? I says, yeah, go on then. So he got up early, left me in bed. So when I come down, he says, I've got a confession to make. And I went, what? Why, what you done now? He says, I've had another 2 of them donuts. So let's all have hot dogs with mustard, ketchup and cheese on them. Not the mustard, Steve. But it's like this, Johnny. You know your limitations, and you've got to, you know your own body. You know what your limits are. So you know what I mean. But this is it. But yeah, I think they're becoming Chris and Callum's new favourite. I mean, the white chocolate cookies were the favourite before, but I think now they sort of moving a bit towards the donuts. But same as I said to Chris, you know, they're fast and easy to make. So maybe you'll have to fight that fella, Ronnie. Oh, I know it's totally different subject, but right. So we've had several scam phone calls, right, today, 4 to be exact. Anyway, first one. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, Amjad, but he was of the Indian descent. Saying his name were what? Peter Davison. Peter Davison, which is Doctor Who. Does he think we don't make the connection? Yeah. So, ringing from Sky Security. Right.
Sky Broadband Security.
Yeah, Sky Broadband Security. Now, bearing in mind, we don't have our broadband with Sky anymore. So anyway, Chris played along with him. And they hung up, right? So he says it weren't me. So the second time, what went Riley, somebody called Riley, again with an Indian accent. Were it Riley? Second one? Yeah, Riley. So it was
Well,
saying,
we've had 4, haven't we?
yeah, we've had 4 altogether.
Yeah,
First one with
I
Peter
bet we've had
Davison.
4.
He says we've had 4 sticking 3 fingers up. Anyway, the second one, another Indian accent. And the second one was somebody called Riley. Anyway, so Chris says, right, he says, I'm going to have a bit of fun with him. He says, I'm going to, you know, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, answered second time, it was somebody called, hello, my name is Riley. I'm from Sky Broadband Security. So all Chris said was, interesting.
No, I went, oh,
exciting. Yeah, that it went, oh, exciting. Yeah, they hung up. That was the second time they rung up, right? Anyway, I were in toilet because I'd said to Chris, leave phone outside. I says, I'll you know, I'll mess about with him a bit. If you know, if they ring again, I'll mess about with him a bit. Riley from Sky. Yeah, but Peter Davison with Doctor Who or with that. And anyway. So I just happened to get up and go to the toilet, right? And phone rang again. This time it was a lady with an Indian accent and said her name was Jenny, right? So I went, oh, well, I didn't say crapola, but I said the S-H-I-T word. I went, how are we going to get that? He says, well, you want toilet. So they all start the spiel by saying, hello, sir, how are you today? That's same line, same line. You know, hello, sir, how are you doing today? Yeah, my name is Jenny. So she was going on about I'm calling from Sky Broadband, and it will like break it up a little bit. So Chris says, what? And she hung up. Anyway. I
was just about to have a cat nap.
Yeah.
Feeling a bit dodgy.
Yeah, Chris had just got laid down because they were going to have a cat nap. Phone rung again. So he answered it and they were a bit peed off. That this was 4th. They didn't even let them speak. And, you know, this sort of said, hello, I'm from... and Chris,
Jenny again.
Oh, well, Jenny again, yeah. So anyway, he sort of went on a rant, which I can't repeat it. But it was, you know, it was a 4-letter tirade, let's just say. Needless to say, they hung up on him. So, since then, we've had nothing, thank God. But 4 in one day. All supposedly from Sky Broadband Security. But the funny thing is, we don't have Sky Broadband. So, you know...
Sky Telly.
Yeah, but that they specifically said there was from the Sky Broadband Internet Security. So Chris went on a bit of a tirade with them, and funnily enough, we haven't had any phone calls since. But yes, that was sort of, you know, the gist of it. It was that pissed off, you know, that was 4th phone call. It was trying to get a kit because they weren't feeling too clever. So I think they pressed the right buttons and, you know, it came out with a whole tirade of unmentionables, let's just say. So they probably put outside of his name, don't call him because he swears all the time at you. But yeah.
See all the words.
But yeah. But it's so obvious because Peter Davison, Riley, and Jenny, but they'd all got Indian accents. Sorry, Amjad, but it's, you know, I'm just sort of saying, you know, but, you know, but we, same as we said all along, you know, but the thing is, some have been coming up with same number, but then a couple of them were from a different number. So I don't know. Peter Davison, yeah. I says to Chris, I says Yorkshire Shattered. Oh, Doctor Who's calling me? but yeah, you know, I mean, no pun intended, but for one, we haven't even got Sky Broadband. So why would Sky Broadband security be ringing us?
Because they've got a list of about 1,000 numbers that they've got to ring, and you'll get some daft in
Okay,
there.
Mark.
Talking about computers.
But the thing is, as well, same as Chris says, somebody at BT must be selling our phone number because we ex-directory and with number withheld. So why the heck have they got our phone number? Not being funny. So Sky's always been a bit whiffy. But at the moment, the only thing that we've got with Sky is the telly, and that's it.
I want Virgin an hour.
Yeah. Hiya, Kevin. How are you?
Hello, Kevin.
But yeah, you know, it's you know, it seems strange that we ex-directory, and when we ring anybody, our number don't come up. So how the heck have they got our number?
You sold
it. So we're just talking about scammers, Kevin. We've had 4 today. But it's too obvious, you know, it's a scam when they're pretending to be Peter Davison, who is Doctor Who. But they'd all got Indian accents. You know what I mean? Riley and 2 from somebody called Jenny. Well, we've still got telly with Sky, Mark. It's just that we haven't got as broadband or as phone or anything with Sky. But why would Sky Broadband Security be ringing us when we're not even with them with broadband? They ring in blocks of numbers. Your number will be in one of those blocks. So yeah. But the thing is, if you were to ring directory inquiries and say, hey, Scrappin' Irish, how are you? Well, 4th time, Kevin. Chris weren't feeling very well, so we had to lie down. And they were just sort of laying down, and phone rung again. So it went on a little bit of a, you know, a 4-letter tirade. But that's the only thing we've got. We've got Sky Tel. Hiya, Ruby. Yes, you're here. But yeah. Because Chris was going to say, when they rung up, you know, when my name's so-and-so from Sky, he says, well, I'm going to turn around and say, yeah, my name's, what's his name? Abramovich or whatever, him that owns Chelsea. I can't pronounce it. And I says, I thought you ought to turn around and say, oh well, my name's Ronnie Pickering. Do you know who I am? That were another one I told him to say.
Said, oh, that's all right. My name's Gandhi.
But it's very, very frustrating. 4 in one day, it does get a bit frustrating. Makes no difference if you are ex-directory. Oh, okay.
I think ex-directory just means if you phone somebody up, your number just comes. It should be.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
it used to be that you went in phone book, but nobody has a phone book anymore, do they?
But what I'm trying to say is, if Joe Bloggs off at Street rang up and said, could you give me the number to Jeanette Pickering, whatever address, they wouldn't be able to disclose our number. I've got a dangly bit and it's bugging me.
Well, pull it out your nose then.
I'm not on about from my nose, I'm on about my hair. That would have been ace, Mr. Pickering. Yeah. I says to him, I says, well, next time, I says, if they ring again, I says, just turn around and say, well, my name's Ronnie Pickering. Do you know who I am?
I hope they ring up now while you're live. I'll sit down in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to say to them.
Yeah. Well, no, I could answer it.
Yeah.
And we could all have a laugh. Pixie, you rascal, I'm blaming you for the mixed even if it's my error. No worries, Ruby, Becky, Susan. Sorry, I had to put that one in. These people are not dealing with.
Going to bed. See you later, boy.
Okie dokie then. I hope you feel better soon. But yeah, that'd be a good one. I just hope that they ring up while I'm on live stream. I'll just say, my name's Ronnie Pickering. Do you know who I am?
Right, Barry McGuire. Do you know who I am? I'm captain of Manchester United. I've got money. I can pay you off.
But yeah, it's one of these things where you want to have a bit of fun with them, but as soon as they sort of get that you're onto them, they hang up.
Yeah, well, as soon as they say, we want to connect to your computer, really.
Yeah. Oh, would I say you'll have a job? But you can understand some of these scams lately are very sophisticated. Now, I was reading one other day.
No, I don't like him.
Yeah, but I sound like a bloke on telephone wakey. I've often rung up, had a phone call, let's say from doctors, and say, hello, could I speak to Mrs. Pickering, please? I say, it's Mrs. Pickering speaking. Oh, sorry. I have to apologise to you. But I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, yeah. I was reading one other day, and she was a student, but she was quite intellectual.
It was Thursday. It is Thursday today.
It's Wednesday. Oh, I'm like that every day. I'm Jad. I wake up in the morning and I think, now what day is it today? So anyway, I forget what she was, a student in economics and whatever. So she was quite business savvy. Anyway, she got this text message saying that Royal Mail had tried to deliver a package. So she said it's sent funny because the next day were a birthday. So she thought it were legit. So anyway, she gets onto it. But on the same day, I think she banked with Barclays, which don't bode well because I'm with Barclays. Anyway, a bit later that day, she got a phone call purporting to be Barclays. And they asked her for a bank account and a PIN code and all this crap. So thinking it were from Barclays, she gave it Now, my thing on this is, because I've had to deal with Barclays on occasion, they never ask you over the phone what your PIN code is. They'll never ask you for your PIN code. Now, I've got the mobile app and I've got the desktop app. Now, the desktop app, it's got like 2 forms of security. Plus, you can also, I've got a code, right? When I log into my mobile banking, I've got a code that I put in. But you can also use what they call PIN Sentry, which is you've got to put that code in to access your account. Now, if it's genuinely from Barclays, they'll say go into your PIN Sentry app on your phone, and then like at bottom it'll say mobile PIN Sentry. So you click on that and it'll say identify. So then you put this code in that you gave them, and they'll send you a message to say, to prove that it's you that they're talking to for their security as well. So then they send a message back to you saying, thank you for validating who you are. This message is just to validate that we are actually from Barclays. So same as I said to Chris, she couldn't be all that smart if she didn't realise it were actually from Barclays. Anyway, she said she'd only got about 500 quid in a bank account and the cleared lot out. So basically, lesson to be learned there. You've got to be very savvy. Even like mimicking the bank now. So you go through all the security checks possible. Yeah, she actually rang the bank afterwards. Because I think she says something about she'd got so much in a business account, she'd got so much in a personal account, and then they'd asked her to transfer all the money into a personal bank account, which Barclays said they'd never ask you to do that. So, just a word of wisdom. Hiya, Jamie, is early for a change. I only have a moment to doing a quick stream chat fly, but okie dokie then, Jamie. But yeah, you know what I mean? They've got security checks as well as like you proving who you are, because you could be anybody ringing up and saying I'm Jeanette Pickering and this is my bank account, blah blah blah. But so they have to you have to validate who you are, and them in return validate who they are, if that makes sense. So you're talking to somebody properly from Barclays or whatever bank it is. So same as I says to Chris, I'm not brightest spark in the toolbox, but I says I can recognise a scam when I see it. So yeah. So I thought everybody wouldn't be here tonight because there's a documentary about it's 10 years apparently since William and Kate Middleton got married.
10 years?
Apparently. Well, they've got 3-4 kids, haven't they? I don't know. Yeah, so they're doing a documentary tonight at 9 o'clock. Because it's 10 years since William and Kate got married. What?
He's too looking, staring at me, freaking me out. He's watching every word that I'm saying. Well, I'm going to make a black coffee because we've got no milk tub.
But yeah, it's like everything, Becky. You know, you've got to be sort of think on your feet, and you've got to realise a scam when you see it. You know what I mean? He's got two beady cats looking at him. But you know, as the saying goes, there's nothing free in this world, and if it's too good to be true, it often is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to think of it that way. You know, nobody gives anything away for nothing. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. And then, you know, you can't kid a kidder, if you know what I mean. But, you know, I think a lot of scammers are like trying to up the ante by, you know, with Royal Mail, using big names, you know, with Barclays Bank, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but when they stupid bloody name,
Yeah.
actually fit the description of what they sound like.
But yeah, you know, it's using your common sense, really. You know, it's knowing to recognise, you know. But you know, the best advice is don't give your bank details out, or you never give your bank details out. Do they have their trademark with them? But you see, the thing is as well, the clever thing about this one with this girl was
Anyone want to hula hoop?
a posh polo mint. The thing is, they've even got, you know, it's like the up the ante a little bit, and basically they said to this girl, well, if you don't believe who I am or where I'm from, ring this number. Now, she looked on the Barclays website and it says something about phone number. So she thought it were real. Now, when she actually, I remember polo mints, she actually believed that they were actually from Barclays. Now, when she realised she'd been scammed, Tracy says you've got one left now. Yeah. And Barclays said to her, that telephone number on the website is only for incoming calls. We will never ring you from that number. It'll be from an undisclosed number or a different number. You know what I mean? That number on the website is purely for incoming calls. So they're getting quite
But that when we get them emails that say you've won.
Yeah.
Under share 170 something million pounds.
Yeah, well, yeah, they blatantly obvious. Mommy's home. That's karate. But yeah, you know, when she actually did realise that she'd been scammed, she rang Barclays. They did reimburse the money because that's the bank's policy. If you get defrauded out of any money. Hi, my lady, how are you?
My lady.
She says she's just come up to bed. You know, it's the bank's policy. If it's not your fault, then they will refund you the money back. So you know, all decent banks will, you know, so she did get refunded, but it's just shows you how sophisticated some of these scams are. It's all right, my lady, we're talking about scams and everything. We've had 4 phone calls today. We actually had one from Dr. Who, Peter Davison. So yeah, we had Dr. Who on the line this morning. But hey ho,
these things happen.
Yeah, you've just got to have the common sense about you to never give your bank details out. But you see, the thing is, if somebody were to ring me and say that they were from Barclays, and they say, well, what's your account number and what's your sort code and everything, I say, well, if you were genuine, you'd know that. Yeah, they were lovely. I've got one left now, Ruby. So yeah, you know, if they genuinely from your bank, they will never ask you for your PIN code or your sort code or your, you know, they've got a list of security questions which you, when you sign up for it, they get you to give the answer, and then, you know, they'll pick at random, like choose one of payments that goes into your account, or just name one of direct debits that you've got going out, or things like that. And I think one on them was, you know, first movie I ever watched, or, you know, but only you would know that answer. So it's just so they can, you know, verify who you are. If you want to watch the scammers in action and then get taken down, watch someone called Jim Browning off YouTube. But it's
actually hacked into a scammer security CCTV system.
Yeah.
And it's also hacked into another system where they've got audio, and he's matched the two together. He actually, that video actually got put on the BBC programme. On how watching scammers and stuff like that. And he actually takes them down and he deletes all the files. And all.
But that's it. I mean, you know, you've got so many sophisticated scammers out there. I mean, it's like, you know, we went through a phase where we were getting a lot of fake money floating about, you know what I mean? And
I ain't got anybody floating about.
Well, you know what I mean, like forgers, you know what I mean? They sort of started getting sophisticated so they could, you know, so they could flood the market with, you know, fake £10 notes or £20 notes or whatever. But then, I don't know who it is, Bank of England, you know, they try to get another layer of security so it's even harder for forgers to forge them. And it's only same with this scam thing, you know what I mean? You're always going to get somebody that and it's same thing like what Chris said, you can't kid a kidder, you know what I mean? If there's somebody out there that's savvy in that way, they can fight back, let's just say, with the scammers. But yeah, you know, it's good that, you know, you're watching something that tells you how to deal with it, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's me and Tracy are making What we're making again? Unicorn bars. I forgot. I only sent a recipe earlier on, and I forgot already. That's how my mind is at the moment. Yeah, we're making unicorn bars, and it's basically similar to a cookie dough with blue icing on, but the cookie dough's actually got unicorn sprinkles in it, and then you like put a blue icing on top. Oh, pardon me, and cover it with more of these unicorn sprinkles. So yeah, I'd shown Tracy that recipe quite a while ago, and she says, "Oh, I can't wait to make that." So I says, "Right, I've been promising her for last couple of weeks that we're going to make it. So we're going to make it this week, and then I think week after that we're going to make the Yorkshire Parkin ginger biscuits. I think that's what they're called. Anyway, but so yeah, and I'm going to make it with ready break because it says medium oatmeal. Now, to me, I've looked, and there's no sort of medium. It's either ready break or rolled oats. Now, oats is too sort of on big side, so I think we're gonna use ready break. But yeah, it's I'll show you, my lady, the actual recipe. Well, there's nothing to see really. It's just
nothing to see here. Move along.
I'm just laughing because you put "come to mama."
Come to mama.
Yorkshire ginger parkin biscuits. So yeah, they like loosely. The fag's gone now. Have I knocked it? Oh, it's here on the table. It's loosely based on the Yorkshire Parkin, but it's it's dark brown sugar, black treacle, golden syrup, baking powder, self-raising flour, ground ginger, nutmeg, and mixed spice, and it says medium oatmeal. The thing is, Tracy, if you look at the recipe, it says if you pipe it, you've got to double the amount of icing that you make. Now, if you spread it, if you look at the recipe for the unicorn bars, it does say on a footnote that if you're piping, it takes a lot more icing, so to double the amount. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, smooth it out over the bars. So yeah, because it's going to be a hell of a lot of icing if you're going to pipe it on. But it does say that it takes a lot more icing if you use a piping bag. You'll have to have a look at the recipe, Tracy, that I sent you, and it does say, like, on a footnote. So yeah, it says Parkin is a type of gingerbread famous in Britain, but differing depending on which part of the country it comes from. Each region has its own version, but the most famous Yorkshire Parkin is made using oats. In this recipe, the traditional Parkin cake is turned into a biscuit cookie and has all the warming, spicy flavours of the cake and delicate flecks of oatmeal, but in biscuit form. The biscuits do not have the texture of a ginger nut, but instead are firm, not hard, and if kept for a few days, go sticky, just like the cake. Store your pork biscuits, either wrap them in foil or keep them in an airtight tin. But I always put them in a container anyway, so. But yeah, they look, you know, and I thought when I saw this recipe, I thought that's ideal. We in Yorkshire. I don't know anybody that don't like Yorkshire porking, but in biscuit form. But they actually call biscuits, not cookies. If that makes sense. But yes, that's what I meant on what you do. I'm just going to spoon mine on Tracy. You know, I mean, it's up to you what you do, but you know, my preferences, I'm just going to spoon it on, and that'll be that. You know what I mean? But it's entirely up to you what you do. You know, but it does say, have you ever made oat bread? Oh, no, I've not. Funnily enough, I have made bread before, but beginning of the pandemic, I couldn't get any yeast because I were going to make my own. But yeah, are you talking about snow? Yeah, it were a mixed bag of everything yesterday, weren't it? Hailstones, snow, rain, sunshine, and I think it were a bit of everything, to be honest with you. But I think it settled down a bit because today we're all right. Just a bit cold and a bit overcast, but you know, nothing sort of to write home about. Let me have a look. Let me search for that. Right. What's it called again? Yeah, we had everything yesterday.
Hailstones, snow.
Yeah.
We didn't have a fog.
Yeah. Ooh. Now this recipe I'm going to send you, my lady, is one that I use a lot, and it's called the Spruce Eats. I'll send you. Let me just have a look. Right. It says half a cup of oatmeal, half a cup of whole wheat flour, 1 cup of boiling water, a tablespoon of honey, optional 1 tablespoon of molasses. Now, I didn't realise that molasses were black treacle. Tablespoon of oil, kosher salt, cup of warm water about 110 degrees, 2 teaspoons of yeast, pinch of granulated sugar, 1.5 to 2 cups of all-purpose flour or bread flour. So I'll send you a recipe. Oh, sugar. I'll send you a recipe, my lady, when it eventually comes up. Yeah, it were a funny old day yesterday, weren't it? You know, not knowing what it were doing. So I've just sent you that, my lady. Chris has been saying, like, for a couple of days now, you know, he wants to go out, not necessarily with drone, but to do some photography. But the weather's not been fit. You know, I mean, like yesterday, it were doing all, you know, all okie dokie then. Let me I'm just waiting for it to, it takes ages to come up. I've sent it, yeah. And I saw snow yesterday at 6 p.m. I asked my Google Home Mini what the weather, so it was cloudy. Shall I hide? I checked Met Office on my phone. But the thing is, I don't think the weather forecast could have predicted that we were going to have hailstones, snow, rain, and sunshine. You know, it's not going to say, well, we're going to get all four, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, we seen weather forecast today, and it did say it's going to get a lot chillier towards the weekend. So, you know, it's supposed to be getting warmer now, not turning chilly. You know, it's been some crazy weather. You know, you don't know whether to put heating on, whether you want to wear a t-shirt or, you know, what we hail and rain and everything, you know what I mean? It's so confusing, you know, how to dress and, you know, but we had everything yesterday. I don't think it were like late on, were it? When it, you probably had weather after we had it. Oh, Amjad's got lemon and vanilla in his wax burner. Ooh. So yeah, you know what I mean? It's you know, weatherman's not going to sit there and say, well, you know, I've got no idea what weather's going to be doing today, because, you know, that ain't what weather's all about. But I don't think anybody could have predicted what we had yesterday. You know, no weatherman in the right mind could have predicted what we had yesterday. But it's just you make the most of what you've got. But Chris has sort of got this project that he wants to do. I mean, I can't really say much about it because it's just a project at the moment, and it's you know, it's a case of weather permitting, really, if you get me meaning. It's sort of photography / drone, you know, sort of things where, you know, are you going to go live this Friday? Decided what you're doing? Yeah, you go. It's definitely going to go live this Friday, he says. So I thought I'd just let you know is going to go live next Friday. This Friday. See, I don't even know what week it is, Amjad. So yeah, but it's a case of it is weather permitting sort of thing. So yeah. Tracy says I might have a pajamas. Can't blame you, Tracy. I might have a duvet day. Stay in bed all day. I FaceTime my cousin, aka my best mate, on Sunday. We had a lovely chat and catch up. I'm probably gonna see her on Saturday before Ramadan start. Oh, it's 12th, isn't it? I should know because it's 11 years since my stepdad passed away on Saturday, and 4 years on Sunday since Mum passed away. So yeah, so I should know it. But it's I mean, to think, you know, we're already halfway through year already. It don't seem like 2 minutes ago we were celebrating Christmas. And we're all saying, oh, I'll be glad when nice weather comes and all this, that and other. And we're now in April. Oh, it's Tuesday. Yeah. Because I think you said it was 12th, didn't you? Well, I was just thinking, well, 12th's on Monday. So it's actually... Me and Amjad were on about it earlier on, my lady, and I says, I sort of, when I wake up in the morning, I think, now is it morning? What day is it today? And I'm like that every single day. I have to sort of get my bearings a bit and think, oh yeah, it's Wednesday today. But it's for like, you know, like Kate and myself and Angela and other people out there that have got long-term illnesses. It's like, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I wake up in the morning, I can get out of bed, let's say about 7 o'clock, and I think I should have got up. No, sod it, I'll go back to bed. There's no to get up for, you know, there's no to get up. Hi, Vanessa.
Hello, biscuity.
You know, it's one of these things where you say, oh, sod it, I'll go back to bed. I've got no to get up for. I've got no spoiling, you know. And it's just one of them things, you know. It's the mental side of it, if you know what I mean. You know, I can't go out anywhere. I can't do anything. You know. But if you don't have that positive mental attitude, you won't get out of bed at all. You know what I mean? But you've got to say to yourself, well, yeah, you know, come on, get yourself motivated, get out of bed and, you know, do what you want to do and things like that. You know what I mean? It's all about PMA, which is positive mental attitude. You've got to put yourself in that positive attitude. You know what I mean? And I look at it this way. You know, Callum's at home because he's off from college. I've got Chris at home. You know, and if I'm stewing by myself in bed, it's not making it look good on myself. If, oh, mum don't want to get up and mum don't want to do this or mum don't want to do that. You know what I mean? It's all about, you know, get yourself motivated. I am wearing mint green outfit on Eid. My two brothers are wearing darker colours. Ooh. Ooh.
What's that?
End of Ramadan is called Eid. And they all have special outfits for it. I bet that mint green one looks nice. 3 new diagnoses since last February. Perseverance, get out there and do exactly. You know, and I look at it this way, Vanessa. You've got to have this positive mental attitude. You know, and my sort of way of thinking is, you know, get out of bed, Jeanette. There's people worse off than you are. You know what I mean? You know, you're sort of laying in bed feeling sorry for yourself when there's a lot more people out there that are worse off than what you are. And that's the way you've got to think. You know, it's, yeah. But it's all about that sort of positive attitude, you know what I mean? You've got to have it. You've got to have it. Oh, I bet it looks nice. I like a mint green colour. But it's, you know, and this is what I say to everybody. Yeah, I take antidepressants, but I don't. Yeah, some days I'll let it affect me, but I don't let it rule my life. You know what I mean? So yeah, just keep doing what you do, and that's, you know, do what you love. You know, it's as I say to Chris, you know what I mean. If you want to go out with drone, go out with drone. If you just want to go out for, you know, taking some photographs, then just go out, take some photographs. You know what I mean? You know, don't think that you've got to stay in all day because I'm up and, you know, I'll be all right just for a few hours. You know what I mean? Just don't let it stop you doing anything that you want to do. Yeah, Eid is basically like Christmas. Yeah. But yeah. So you know, if you're feeling down, just think to yourself, now what can I do? What can I do to make myself feel better? You know, and just do something positive. You know what I mean? Exactly. Long-term medical problems, but you must figure out what to do now and in the future. But at the end of the day, Vanessa, you only live this life once. And whether you've been dealt the hand that you've got medical problems, you've sort of got to make the most of it and, you know, and do what you love doing, you know, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? You've got to have that, you know, it's all right saying, oh, well, what's this to get up for? Because I can't go out, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. I may as well just stay in bed. But that's not the attitude. You know what I mean? It's grab bull by horns and, you know, get on with it and make the most of what you've got. So, well, that's a good thing, Amjad, anyway. So, you know, I mean, it's yeah, you know what I mean? And that's hence the reason why last weekend I just felt in mood for baking. So I just made all sorts. I baked Sunday dessert. I made 2 lots of cookies. I made donuts. And then I made the chocolate cinder toffee. So, you know what I mean? I was sort of feeling in one of them positive moods. And I thought, right, while I feel it mood and while I've got my mojo, I'm going to make most of it. And that's all you've got to do. So, I've got an itch on back of my neck, and it's one of them places where you can't scratch it.
Scratch it out.
Oh, it's nice to go into the garden a bit. Now feed the fish, and I've started to design another area. Ooh. Well, this is it. You know what I mean? It's one of them things, Angela, where you've got to, you know, you've got limited capabilities, let's just say. You do as much as you feel comfortable doing, but don't push yourself too far and think, you know, I've got to get it all done today. I felt a bit sad last Thursday coming home from college. I felt a bit crying because of my teacher family. I don't want to share it. Yeah, that's fine, Amjad. Yeah. You know, it's it's bugging me. It's right in the middle of me, like on my neck bone, and I can't quite reach it when me. You know, don't overdo things. Just you yourself know what your body's capable of. Vanessa says she once painted the ceilings a sky blue so I don't have to be laying inside from some illness and not see the sky. But this is it, you know what I mean? It's, you know, like my lady's just said, you know, she started to design another part or an area in the garden. The thing is, you've got to do it to the best of your capabilities, not push yourself and think, well, I've got to do this and I've got to do that. Even if you sort of only have 10 or 15 minutes a day. As they say, Rome weren't built in a day. So, you know, it's don't push yourself, you know, further than your capabilities. Just know your capabilities and don't push yourself to where, you know, I've made a start of it, so now I've got to, you know, keep going with it and I've got to finish it. You know, it'll still be there. I mean, that's my philosophy. It'll still be there tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yeah, we might have this weird weather, you know, and you might not always be able to go out in your garden, but it's, you know, as they say, slowly catch a monkey. I think that's how it goes. But it's like me. I mean, like some days I feel better than others. You know what I mean? Sometimes on Saturdays when I wake up from bed, I feel like it's Sunday. Oh dear. Hey, this is the thing. Oh, a tiki bar area. Ooh. A tiki bar. It's like a bar, but it's like covered in like bamboo and things like that.
Oh.
I am on a winning streak. I was last in hospital for pneumonia back in 2000. This length of time from that problem is a world record for me. Oh dear. Well, fingers crossed, Vanessa. Yeah, you know, but it's like everything. I mean, it's like, you know, some days you feel good, some days you don't feel too good. I mean, like I often or occasionally I have to go back to bed if I hadn't slept well night before. I might have a nap in afternoon, and when I wake up and I'm thinking, now is it night time or is it daytime? I thought, well, it must be daytime because it's still light. You think she said, nah, have I slept right through and you know, I've missed night time bit out, or you know, I've but yeah, it's like when you, how can I say it, when you're sound asleep, your brain forgets where it is and you know what day it is, and you know whether it's night time or it's daytime, or you know, yeah, meds today are like years better than they were in the early 90s. Yeah, you know, it's obviously the advance in yeah, I know what you're saying, Amjad. I know, you know, I mean, hopefully it'll be a bit easier this year, you know what I mean? You know, now things is easing a little bit. Hopefully you'll not feel that way last year, you know, like you know, you not feel this year how you felt last year. But it's you know, it's a case of, it's like I can't remember last time we went to see Bella, and the fact is that, you know, you so desperately want to see them, actually in person, rather than sort of chatting on Messenger or FaceTiming on Messenger, sugar dumps. You know what I mean? You're thinking to yourself, you know, I just wished I could see her in person and I could give her a hug in person. You know what I mean? But it's, you know, it's one of these things where, excuse me, you know, you can't, but you so desperately want to. You know what I mean? You so desperately want to see your friends, but you know you can't. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's probably going to be totally different this year, Amjad, you know. But that I think that's what's affecting a lot of people, Tracy, is the fact that they can't get together with their friends and their family and their loved ones. And I think that in itself is having a mental effect on everybody. You know what I mean? The fact that you know, yeah, they've said that you can meet outdoors, but you can't hug people, and you know, you can't have that contact that you would normally. You know, and do it freely, if you know what I mean. It just goes to show how this sort of thing can affect people's mental health. You know, you've not got that. Yeah, you've got, like, I've got Chris and I've got Callum, and we can hug and kiss each other. But it's not like, you know, your best friend or you know, your close family or whatever. But the thing is, I mean, like, we sort of easing into it slowly, Vanessa. You know, we're allowed to, is it rule of six or something? But you can only meet outdoors, but you can't, you've still got to stay 2 meters apart. You know what I mean? You still can't have that physical contact with them. You know, it's, oh, another thing, we were watching news this morning, and I think it's a ridiculous idea myself. Paying fat people to get out and do exercise. Now, how daft is that? You know what I mean? Same as I says to Chris, says they can pay me as much as they like. But the fact of the matter is, I can't physically do exercise because of the arthritis in my knees. So, you know, they could pay me £1 million, but I still wouldn't be able to do it. So, you know, it makes me laugh. Some of these people come up with these ideas, you know, paying people to get fit. And then they'd like got two like people on both sides of the fence. One were like a doctor and he'd lost weight, but he said it were ridiculous. It was a ridiculous idea. And then you got like a former Miss Great Britain. She lost 8 stone, and she says, you know, the country needs to get more active, get more healthy, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and then sort of host at programme said, well, it don't mean that you've got to go to park and run round park about 3 times. You can just actually go to park and sit on a park bench. I thought, well, I'm up for that. If they pay me just to sit on a park bench, I'm fine with that. But it's ridiculous. Who comes up with half of these harebrained ideas? I remember my birthday last year. I had my cousins round. We had lots of fun. But I mean, hopefully, you know, this year it'll be as different again, Amjad, you know what I mean? But yeah, You know, does somebody in a suit sit in an office say, yeah, I know, we'll pay fat people to get out and get active. You know what I mean? Who comes up with these harebrained ideas? I understand I have my rollator outside by the door. Again, walking around neighbourhood, the first walk feels way worse than I did the year before last. But this is the thing. For me, Vanessa, it's physically impossible for me to get any physical exercise because both my knees are shot. And just the fact of, even in ours, just getting up and, I mean, we've got a downstairs toilet, and just getting up to go to the toilet, it's agony when you've got... Yeah, I talk to 3 of my sons every day, FaceTime, but there is only one in my bubble. Can't not see the school teachers, too risky for me. That's it. Oh, 23rd of August. It's on a Monday. Oh, there you go. It's on a Monday evening. We might be having a birthday live stream. But it's I mean, I'm like my lady. I just don't risk going anywhere, because knowing my luck, I mean, I've started taking tons of vitamins. How about figuring out how to repair the nervous system so I can go back to doing stuff? But this is it. You know, I mean, I'm gonna swear now, but not too badly. You know, I think half of the time, these that think these ideas up are talking out their arse. To put too fine a point on it, you know what I mean? They don't take into consideration, yeah, I'm overweight. You should do a birthday live stream for sure. You know, it's a case of, you know, I'm overweight, yeah, I know that. But the fact of the matter is, my knees are shot as well. You know what I mean? And this is no word of a lie. When I get up to go to the toilet, you can actually hear bone grating on bone. You know, like my joint, you can hear it grating together. That's how bad my knee, well, my left one anyway, and my right one's going the same. And it's the fact of the matter is that I've got no cartilage in my knee joint, and basically you've got bone rubbing on bone, and the god awful noise it makes. So, you know, it's a case of, I'm all right where I am at the moment, you know, until I either get a mobility scooter or I get a wheelchair. Will you stop doing that? Wait, stop. All I can hear is creaking.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
It says Lucy to sleep.
Well, I don't care what it does. Stop doing it. It's all right. He's sat in his computer chair and he's like this, rocking backwards and forwards. But only thing is, his chair creaks. So all I can hear is... I'm at £296, the heaviest I have ever been. A good point is whenever I do get stuck back in hospital due to crazy infections, all the weight goes away. Oh dear. But you see, the thing is, in my case, Vanessa, I've gone through all this. I can't have because I've got a lot of fluid around my knee, and that's a lot of the problem is it's like pushing it, right? So I went to doctors about it. They then, well, they said they was going to refer me to a osteo, wherever it is, them that deal with knees and your joints and whatever. But before that, I'd got to go to a physiotherapist, and it's whatever the physiotherapists say is determining on whether you get referred to this osteo doctor or whatever. But in basic terms, the physiotherapist said, one, my age is a factor. Two, my weight's a factor. And three, the fact that it's my knee and I'm at too high a risk of getting an infection. So they won't give you a painkilling injection. They won't drain any fluid off my knee. And definitely off the cards was a knee replacement, which basically is what I need. I need a knee replacement. But all them factors, you know, the physiotherapist, the physiotherapist says, basically, live with it. In no uncertain terms, that's basically what she did. Oh, I'm telling you something else as well, because she says, like, practice sort of the way you get up from sitting down and things like that. So anyway, so she goes and she says, I'm just going to get, it's like a rubber band, right? Can you remember that? So she says, it's like a rubber band. She says, and the thing is, you put it round both your knees. So basically, both your ankles and both your legs are together in this band. So you're sitting at a posture where when you get from sitting up to standing up, it eases the posture. She only put it on my leg, and 2 seconds later, my leg were about falling off its top circulation. So she went, oh, maybe that were a bit of a bad idea then. I says, you know, it's a good idea. I says, if you want my leg to drop off. I says, but as for improving my posture, yes, it is a bad idea. Yeah, to solve all my problems if my leg did drop off. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, Chris was there. I mean, he had to laugh about it because he should only like put it on, and it were only on for like 2 seconds. And I kept saying, you've got to take it off. I says, it's cutting off circulation. Nerves to my heart are dying. Heart rate keeps dropping extremely low. I've yet to see the doctor study the problem. Oh dear. You know, it's it's one of them things where you probably need a bypass or something. You know, if sort of one or more of the arteries to your heart are clogged up or thinning, or I'd recommend the silicone ones, Amjad, without a doubt. I would recommend. I were actually looking on Amazon this afternoon, and then you can get a pack of 3. I think it's $9.99. But yeah, I've got both, Amjad, and I'd choose the silicone ones every day at week, you know, without a doubt, because it's all about that, you know, the middle bit in the donut molds. You know, with the metal ones, even though I'd like greased them and everything, and they're all overflowing and it were hard to get out, and yeah, exactly, Vanessa. But the thing is, there again, what I was saying earlier on about pushing yourself too far, you know your limits. You know, if you get into a point where, you know, you're doing too much too soon, you know, you're doing something, you know. I like the high temperature silicone ones where you, that's what I'm saying, Vanessa. I mean, I said on last night's live stream, because I made donuts last night, I find it a lot easier. You can grease your silicone ones. I always use butter to grease them. Now, you can do the same with metal ones, but they're a lot harder to get out. And I've noticed with the silicone ones, you know, the thing in the middle that makes the hole in the donut, with the silicone ones, it's a lot bigger. So that makes it a lot easier for them to get out. But yeah, I would, what it were, somebody asked me last night how much they were and where I got them from. And I said, I got them from Amazon. So basically, I just went onto Amazon and I looked in my past orders. And for a set of 3, that ain't bad, $9.99. For the candy melts, if you like it more thinner, when it's melted, add a little bit of oil. I see a lot of people do that. Oh, okay. But I did notice as well last night, you know, the difference with, because I made them at weekend and I use white chocolate and I use milk chocolate. But the candy melts seem to set a lot faster, if that makes sense. Because Chris, by the time I got onto the second lot, Chris had to remelt the candy melts because they'd set. Ah, leatherwork and woodwork, and I can. But this is it. I mean, it's like I can bake till my heart's content, Vanessa, only because I can sit down doing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Tracy'd agree with me, Amjad, that the silicone ones are a lot better, a lot easier to remove. And same as Tracy says, she just tips them upside down and they drop out. That I would recommend the silicone ones every time. Yeah, inquisitive moments. I couldn't remember. Same as I say, I've been to bed since then, Amjad. I couldn't remember who it were that had asked me. I know it were bought up in chart, you know, but I did look because I've got to order some more caster sugar because I don't like to leave it until last minute till I'm you know, I don't like to wait till last minute till I'm completely after a certain thing. So I will look in, like, you know, you're just looking, you know, previous orders when you ordered it last and just put it in your basket and away you go. I make homemade fudge and use a full sheet pan to pour the fudge onto. Ways easier to then cool and set and slice. But this is it. I mean, it's like me, Vanessa. There's not many pans I ain't got. Now I've got some baking sheets which are a bit on deeper side. Now I says to Chris, they'd be a lot easier to make fudge with rather than just a plain baking sheet. You know what I mean? But yeah, I looked in my past orders and I thought, I couldn't remember who it were that had asked me how much they were and where I got them from. Can you send me the link for this? Yeah, you mean the donut pans? I will do, my lady. Same as I say, I specifically went on to order some more caster sugar, and I thought I can remember somebody asking me how much they were, and it's like a pack of 3, and there's like six in each mould, so you've got like 18. So, and I think they're pretty reasonable for a pack of 3, and I think they were $9.99. Yeah, that's another thing, Amjad. I bought them months ago and not used them, and I thought, oh, I'm making donuts. I'll give these a whirl. But honestly, I won't recommend. I'd recommend just using ordinary chocolate, because it sets too quickly. And like me last night, I did 6 first first lot in oven, and then by the time second lot. Tinterweb back finally been playing Pyramid Solitaire for the last hour. Hiya, Gordo. So actually, when I got onto second lot, and I says to Chris, I says, this chocolate needs remelting because it had set. So it's, it's one of them things, it sets way too quickly for my liking. And the fact that, I'd got to do another 6, so it needed reheating or remelting. So yeah, it's like, if I'd got to tell anybody, like, let's say if you wanted a coloured chocolate, I'd say just buy white chocolate and put some different coloured gel food colouring in it. So did Homer turn up? Somebody did, Gordo, because there's only one left. Some greedy buggers ate them all.
Might not be any left in a minute. Callum doesn't hurry up.
Oh. Vanessa says she bought some telescopic forks to use over the fire pit. Just need to make some wooden handles, trying to make them so you can sit on a bench swing and reach the fire. Good idea, Vanessa. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend the candy melts. I bought them initially, Amjad, because I thought they were orange flavoured, but they're not. They're just normal tasting chocolate, coloured orange. So I says to you can sell the pictures. Yeah, that's what I'd recommend to anybody. I looked back on them as well, and that packet cost me about $5.99. I can get like 6 bars of chocolate for that. So yeah, if I were to recommend to anybody, just use white chocolate and colour it whatever colour you want. You know what I mean? It's just as effective, rather than going all posh and getting these candy melt things. I'd had them quite a while. I thought, right, I'll melt, I'll use them, blah, blah, blah. No, I wouldn't recommend them to anybody.
Not the metal one.
No, them orange drop things that I used last night.
Oh, I thought you were about the metal.
No, those as well, them metal donut pans. I wouldn't recommend them to anybody. Silicone all day long. But yeah, for the sake of having different coloured chocolate, I'd just buy or melt white chocolate and add a bit of food colouring to it. So it don't take away from the taste or anything. It's just a different colour. So I agree with you. I totally agree with you there, Amjad. No, I'll not be buying any again. They're just not worth it. And the chocolate sets. I mean, in certain circumstances, you want the chocolate to set quickly, but not that quick. You know what I mean? I definitely wouldn't recommend anybody using them. And they're not really flavoured. They're just like white chocolate buttons coloured. I use large blocks of chocolate if needed, or pure cocoa powder. But this is the thing. I mean, I'd had these candy melts, orange ones, for I don't know, about 6 weeks now. I were going to use them in a recipe, and then I decided not to. So I thought, no, I'll give these a try. I've never used them before, but it's first and last time I'll be using them, because I don't rate them very much myself. You know. But the thing is, it's like, how can I put it? People might look at the silicone molds and think, well, a tenner, that's a lot for 3. But if you're getting a lot of use out on them, you soon sort of, think, well, best money I've ever spent. Oh, that's the thing.
The best money she's ever spent. Oh,
No.
that's the thing.
Yeah. Ara says I was looking back through me past orders for that caster sugar. Guess what come up in my past order?
Not cookie.
No. And it were only £2.86.
Oh.
It's a whisk, that little whisk.
Oh, you should have bought it so you can stop nicking mine.
So I've put it in basket with caster sugar. Okie dokie then, Tracy. No, she says she's just off to make a coffee and a donut.
Hey, stop eating my donuts!
So yeah, we have this controversy over this little whisk thing. And it's like simplest of whisks. Now I can't see the point to it, of it, really. To be quite honest. They're just posh buttons, when all said and done. She said, lol, when you shouted, I hope you're not eating all my donuts. But yeah, there's been this controversy over it. I bought this little tiny whisk. Now, Tracy's got the same whisk because I sent it link. Now, Chris uses it for gravy and all sorts. And
gravy.
Yeah, and I keep saying to her, I were going to buy him one for Christmas, but I forgot all about it. And then wrap it up in, in a little box, and then put it in another box, and then till I got like a big box like this. So when he opened it, he'd got to open all these boxes. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I was looking through my past orders. I thought, oh, that's an idea. I'll buy him his own whisk. You put your name on it then. So you're not be nicking mine.
I'll be using one for whisk and one for custard.
Pasta. Okie dokie then. Ian's back, just a quick pop in. So yes, I'm going to splash the cash and I'm going to buy him £2.86 whisk. Because he keeps using mine and claiming it's his own. So yes. I thought, well, I've got to order some sugar anyway. This is about this. That Benny's scratching at door. This is about this big with stainless steel handle, and it's ideal for, like when you crack 2 eggs in a when you have 2 eggs in like a jug, instead of going like the big balloon whisk, it's like a tiny whisk. And it's one of these things, Vanessa, for the price, the invaluable, because if it don't call for a big balloon whisk, it's ideal. Like when you make custard, it's ideal for that when you're whisking it, to a smooth consistency. £2.86 whisks. But yeah, and there's always been a bit of controversy. I bought it. I sent link to Tracy, so she bought it. And then Chris keeps saying, "What you doing using my whisk?" Like he's claimed it as his own, but it's mine. So I just tittered to myself when I saw it, and I thought, right, I should shut you up. Yeah, this one that I use, Vanessa, it's ideal. Like last night's recipe, you had to put milk in, 2 eggs, melted butter, and then whisk it all together. It's ideal for that sort of. 8 out of 10 cats prefer Kit Kat.
I've heard that one before.
But yeah, it's like that pastry cutter that I bought. I seen that, and I think they're $4.99 or $5.99. But that's another thing that is either $4.99 or $5.99 well spent. You know what I mean? Tracy's got the same one because she wanted links, so I sent it her. Kate wanted links, so I sent it her. You know what I mean? It's just these small things that make a lot of difference. You know what I mean? You don't need all these, faffy fandangled equipment. You know what I mean? When you've got an easy pastry cutter, you've got a little whisk that does what you need it to do. Oh, orange flavour. Oh, I could just eat one of them.
What?
Kit Kat. It says, I love the orange flavoured Kit Kats.
One of them in ages.
Oh dear. I had a nice comment from the neighbour opposite about Ronnie. Oh, is it good? Bad? I know he said nice, but...
Be sarcastic or not.
Yeah. But yeah, I like anything orange flavoured, Amjad, to be honest with you. Lemon?
Lemon flavoured.
No.
Anything lemon flavoured.
Oh dear. But yeah.
Drizzle it just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there, Vanessa. You know what it costs you? That pastry cutter that I use, same as I say, I've got arthritis in my hands. And to say it stops your hands all getting messed up, and it does job what it's supposed to do, and you've not got all sticky pastry all stuck all you have. I haven't had Kit Kats for ages. I'll tell you what we used to like as well, the Kit Kat Chunky. I know what you want had for ages, and it's your favourite, Yorkie.
Love Yorkies.
Well, we're waiting on Gordo to say what his neighbour said about Ronnie.
Yeah.
She said how well behaved he was. She noticed how he's always sits at the front door and waits until he's told to go in.
You know these for cats and all.
Yeah. I think Gordo means Ronnie sits at her front door, but he waits.
Oh, at her door.
Yeah, and waits until he's told to go in.
I got you there. I've been ready.
Yeah. It waits. It takes a few minutes for Penny to drop Gordo.
Cheeky pecker.
Oh dear. Unless you explain it to him, Penny don't drop.
No. Little mouth isn't working, loose as it.
I love Galaxy Smooth Milk Chocolate. I love any Galaxy chocolate, to be honest with you.
I love any chocolate going so good.
Dark chocolate. I told my younger brother about dark chocolate. He's up now. That's one thing we don't like. We don't like dark chocolate. Yeah. No, she's noticed the difference since we first got him. Oh dear. But anyway, yeah, no, we are no dark chocolate arse here. So even if the recipe calls for dark chocolate, I don't use dark chocolate. Well, on occasion I do, but not very often. Did you hear my stomach then?
No.
It was like made a growling noise. But indoor moments. That's one thing I've not had. Ferrero Rocher's my favourite. Somebody bought me some for Mother's Day.
Can I say when can I have?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. We don't like dark chocolate either.
No dark chocolate in this house. Milk chocolate, yes. Dark chocolate,
no. Oh, he's not allowed to barge in when we get home from a walk. He has to sit and wait. Oh, bless him. I thought you were joking when you says sit at front door and wait till he's.
Oh, that's what he meant.
I thought.
You said it talking.
Well, you know what Gordo's like. You know
what they're like and all.
Oh dear.
I thought I were right. Yeah, so it's all one that penny ant drops.
Gordo says he don't mind a bit of dark chocolate now and again.
Oh,
no, it's too rich for me. Dark chocolate is.
Good, dark chocolate.
And Amjad says milk and white chocolate is a yes.
Yeah. Yes. As does white chocolate.
Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom.
Best about it though, I buy either 2 or 3 white chocolate and 2 or 3 milk chocolate every shopping that I order. And
it's for cooking.
Yeah, and it's for baking, but a lot of times it don't get to see baking because
don't get to baking stage.
Yeah.
It gets to open the fridge stage, take it out and eat it.
Yeah. Hi, Partnest, how are you?
Partnest in the house.
But yeah, more often than not, when it comes to actually baking with a chocolate, he has to go out and get some more because he does the fridge raid. You know, if it's, well, his philosophy is if it's in fridge,
it's there to be eaten.
He can eat it. Yep. So, you know, it's a good job. We've got an Asda Dart Road, and it's his job to go and replace it.
Yep.
So
I don't mind to replacing it to eat it again.
And then that's because he were on about earlier on. Because he has this problem when he's bending down, because he's got a beer belly. He has this problem when he bends down. He gets it when he straightens up. It's like a sharp pain in his
inside. It's like in his ribs.
Yeah, in like rib area, and it's like a sharp pain. Is there such a thing as milk chocolate brownie? I bet there is, Amjad.
Well, if it's got dark chocolate in it, it won't do in ours because she'll put milk chocolate in.
But yeah, he has this problem, like when he bends down, like to put his socks on and everything. When he gets back up, he's got like this, like a stitch thing, but it like takes his breath away. So he says earlier on, he says, you know, this ain't helping, and he were on about his belly, and I'm determined I'm going to get fit. And I says, well, we've got an exercise bike upstairs. He has to sit and wait before he crosses the road, and also if there is a group of people or pushchair, he has to sit and wait until they pass. We do it all the time. He does it all. Oh! Well, that's it. But, you know, German Shepherds are quite renowned for picking things up really easily. I'll have a look for you, Amjad. So
there better be somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Or if not, just make one up. Took a bar of chocolate in it, and said, there you go. No, good.
Yeah, our milk chocolate brownies, there is one.
With added ingredients that make a float.
Yeah, there is such a thing as milk chocolate brownies. Oh, yeah, here's one. It says milk chocolate brownie explosion. You'll be lucky. Chris won't even go off at starting line, Gordo. It'd only get on back and put his feet in pedals, and he'd be wanting to stop for a fag. Oh, Amjad says don't make him go to the kitchen and get a bar of chocolate.
Oi! That's my chocolate, boy! Hands off!
Oh dear.
I'm setting Ronnie on you.
But that sounds good. Milk chocolate toward the living room. Oh dear. But that sounds interesting. Milk chocolate brownie explosion. Rich, fudgy and decadent, these milk chocolate brownies with a creamy milk chocolate ganache will satisfy any chocolate craving. These brownies are so addicting, before you even know what's happened, the old plate will be gone. Yeah, in Chris's yeah.
2 bites it'll be gone. Wiggy!
Eat enough brownies and you will have an explosion. Add some peanuts and you can pebble dash the pot.
Pebble dash in pot.
Oh, Vanessa has fudge-sicles in the freezer.
Fudge-sicles.
Oh dear. But yeah, it says you can either 1, 2, or 3 times the recipe. Do you want me to send it to you, Amjad? Toward a kip on the sofa, that's more like it. Because it says 10 tablespoons of butter, 2 ounces of milk chocolate. Well, that don't seem a lot. 1 cup of granulated sugar, vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, half a cup of cocoa powder, half a cup of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and 4 ounces of milk chocolate. But it does say like one times, 2 times, or 3 times.
Well, it's got to be 5 times then, hasn't it?
Oh dear. But no,
it says yes, please.
Do you want that one? The milk chocolate brownie explosion. It's called recipe. What is it called?
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. I've clicked on the wrong one. I'll send it to you, Amjad. But it does say on recipe like 1 times, 2 times, or 3 times. I've sent it to you. Yeah.
30 quid, Amjad.
Milk chocolate brownie explosion, it's called. So yeah, we might just have to have that for a future baking live stream.
Oh, Vanessa, I'm getting that recipe for
molasses raisin cookies.
From my mother.
Molasses is what in like our terms is black treacle.
Oh.
She says, and she'll post it in the group.
Okie
But yeah, okie dokie then, Amjad. See you tomorrow. Now I've sent him that recipe. He's buggering off.
Hey, 30 quid before you go. Come on.
It's a good job he don't know he knows you're not serious.
Oh, Jack, I'm not.
Oh dear. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow then, Amjad. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, that's what I. Oi. That's what I'm here for. You know, if people say, well, you know, do they do this or do they do that? You know, Google knows anyway. You've only got to ask Google.
See you, Amjad.
It's a good job you know not to take him seriously, Amjad. If it were anybody else, they might take offence. So yeah, thanks for the giggles. It's my pleasure. That's what we're here for, Amjad. You know,
PayPal or bank transfer.
But you've got to verify who you are first.
Don't call yourself Perry Mason.
Love you all. Love you too, Amjad.
I love you, Amjad. See you later, pal.
Oh dear. But you know, it's a good job they know.
Yeah, we're on.
You know, as nature, and if it, I mean, it will. It's like me and Chris sit here, and he'll say something, and he'll say, "Go off." You know what I mean? And you know, Chris will say, if neighbours ever heard us, they might think, God, them two argue all the while.
I bet they do wake us up.
And it's like that we're. It's a good job that, like, you know, nobody takes it too serious. Us, Jeanette just woke me up laughing. I do have my uses, my lady. Oh dear. It's all right. I've just sent Amjad a recipe and Chris shouts, that'll be 30 quid. And Amjad says, I'm going now. So he says, not before you paid Jeanette that 30 quid. Oh dear. But I says it's a good job folks know what we like, and I should have my recumbent trike up and running next month. It needs new gear changes. Oh. That Wakey's being a cheeky get.
Well, what's the saying now?
Set it as your ringtone, my lady.
Yeah.
I can't help it if I've got one of them laughs.
That's not like a car engine.
Oh,
That's not like an Atari 1.6 lead.
Oh dear. It'd be worth millions, Wakey, if they were to do my laugh as a ringtone. Think what royalties I'd get from it. Oh dear.
Is it Jeanette live in there? It was my mother calling.
But it's like this. I mean, you get so many fake people out there putting a fake laugh on. You know, it's one of them things where I do generally, that is my real laugh. You know, when I'm laughing, that's my real laugh. Nothing dirty about your laugh. Well, I mean, it come from my own mother's mouth, and she says, God, your laugh. She says, I've got a dirty laugh. So, I mean, that come from my own mother's ears.
Tracy's back. That were a long coffee and a donut. How many donuts you ate of mine?
He's checking how many donuts you've had
There better be some left.
since you've been gone. Well, she's like, if she's out like me, you have to get them all you can. Or, you know, you blink of an eye and they're gone. Oh,
the
dear.
dirt is gone and the donuts have gone.
Oh, dear. I bet any money Wakey records me laugh.
I bet he does.
You better not copyright it, or I'll be having words with Wakey.
Yes, what's off at pro? That's what's all proceeds.
It's my laugh.
Exactly.
I should get it all.
Yeah.
So
Actually, Wakey, yes. Do it as a ringtone, and then you can send it me, then I can put it before. Then it's when Jeanette's calling whether to answer it or
Ginger Pussy wants to come in.
Oh.
She told you with her ears, quick, inform the press. Hiya, Peter. How are you?
Hello, Peter, lad.
So she had 2.
Do what?
Donuts.
Hey.
Oh dear. What we'll have to do, Tracy, is we'll have to make an extra batch and squirrel them away somewhere where others can't find them. So we've got a stash all to itself.
I'll buy them and eat them at all.
Not if I find a good enough hiding place.
You forget where it is, then you'll have to ask me to look for them.
There's a point. Chris says you'll forget where you've put them and have to ask me to go looking for them. I went, yeah, you've got a fair point there. I probably would forget where I'd put them.
Like, I'll put stuff in this house, we don't find it till 5 years down the line. That's where we put it.
Oh dear. But yeah. Keener, yes. Jeanette, I got one. So yeah. You know,
Keener can't have none.
We'll have to make some, put them aside, so we've got our own private stash. You know, because otherwise we don't get a look in. Oh dear. Right, guys, it's 3 minutes past 11. I'm gonna shut it down now. I hope you've enjoyed yourself tonight, and I'll be back on tomorrow, as they say. Back Thursday.
Pretty caravan and the lock and key.
March the 25th, we had a F4 tornado. Oh dear. Frigid. Yeah, I ain't got a caravan, so So I'll see you all again tomorrow. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and don't forget to stay safe. So night, everyone.
Night all. But nothing like a good lockpick won't talk.